Return with Hillary Kennedy from the 4-Minute Buzz. Yesterday, Judge Ketanji Brown-Jackson was in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and today she'll actually answer questions. They were just grandstanding and kind of introducing the fact that they're going to be grandstanding for a while. But the senators made their opening statements, as did she, and Ted Cruz set the stage for it.
Likewise, it's not about race. We will see Democrats in the media suggest that any senator that is skeptical of your nomination, that questions you vigorously, or that dares to vote against you must somehow harbor racial animus. If that were the standard, I would note we are sitting on a committee where multiple members of this committee, the senior Democrats in the committee, happily filibustered Judge Janice Rogers Brown, a very qualified African-American woman nominated to the D.C. Circuit, and they did so precisely because they wanted to prevent Judge Brown from becoming Justice Brown, the first African-American woman. Joe Biden was among the Democrats filibustering the first African-American woman nominated to the D.C. Circuit.
Thank you for
Senior
mentioning
Democrats
that.
on this committee also filibustered Miguel Estrada. As the staff for Senator Ted Kennedy said in writing at the time, the Democrats filibustered Miguel Estrada, quote, because he is Hispanic. They were explicitly racial. If you are Hispanic or African American and you dare depart from their political orthodoxy, they will crush you, they will attack you, they will slander you, they will filibuster you.
Wow. So true. And such a great point from Ted Cruz. It's going to be interesting to watch these hearings because, you know, this is a black woman, and I'm sure she's going to be treated completely differently than previous minorities were treated by the Democrats. But Hillary joins us. What were your thoughts on the first day yesterday?
It was kind of interesting because by all accounts, she seems very capable. Most people said she's very nice. She's been great to work with, all of those things. But a lot of the Republicans, they know they can't do a whole lot this time around because she's pretty much a shoo-in. But they do want to bring up some points about her that seem concerning. And Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, he brought up some instances that I think everyone should know about. So this started when she was in law school. Then she spent time on the U.S. Sentencing Commission, then as a federal judge. And now, of course, she's nominated to the Supreme Court. There's nothing that he said. So the examples I'm about to read for you, they are all factually correct. You can look them up. They are verifiable. The Washington Post, however, and CNN also said these were selective instances and lacking significant context, but these are truly facts. These are things that she has done. This is part of her record.
I think it's all in context if it's part of her record.
I totally agree. So here we go. When she was a member of the U.S. Sentencing Commission, she advocated for drastic change in how the law treats sex offenders by eliminating the existing mandatory minimum sentences for child porn.
Oh, my gosh.
So then she said some people who possess child porn are either in this for the collection or the people who are loners and find status in their participation in the community.
What?
Wait, they're in it for the collection? They're collectors.
Right.
Of, like you would with baseball cards.
Does that
Correct.
make it
or
better?
stamps.
Well, that's
and
what-
you're just collecting child porn.
Senator Hawley said, well, also, what kind of community are these people
Right.
trying to be a part of? The
Yeah,
community of
that's-
child exploiters? That just doesn't
That's
make any
creepy.
sense. She also believes there may be a type of less serious child pornography offender whose motivation isn't sexual, but is the challenge or to use the technology, I guess, to obtain child pornography. Yeah. So
I
let's
want
talk
all this
about
That doesn't even
come
make
out today.
sense.
I want to hear all
specific
this.
Yeah.
cases. So in the case of the United States versus Hawkins, the sex offender had multiple images of child porn. He was over 18. The sentencing guidelines called for a sentence of up to 10 years. She gave him 3 months.
That is
Wow.
It gets worse. In the United States versus Sears, the sex offender distributed more than 102 child pornography videos. He also, this is the worst, he sent lewd pictures of his own 10-year-old
Oh, yeah.
daughter. The guidelines recommended that he be sentenced 97 to 121 months in prison. She gave him 71 months.
golly.
And the list goes on. There's more instances of this sort of thing,
Yeah.
but it is concerning
Mm-hmm.
that she repeatedly gave sentences that were far lower than the recommended sentence for that sort of offense. But the nation's Elie Mystal said Saturday on MSNBC that Hawley bringing these things up is just trying to get her killed.
Oh, okay.
So he thinks that he's trying to incite violence.
Because she shouldn't be on the bench if these things are an issue, and they are. I mean, that's problematic. It's troubling.
Her only out that I see is if when these better come up, every one of these.
They have to.
Because right now, Hillary is mentioned 2 or 3, and she's got page after page after page. But her only out, and I have no idea, is if she has light sentences for everybody, no matter what the crime. If she treats everybody with kid gloves across the board that comes before her, then that is really her only out, as far as I'm concerned.
I think you guys have a clip, too, of sort of the end of her statement yesterday, and she talks about how she's neutral in the angle that she comes from, if you want to.
Yeah, here's that.
Members of this committee, if I am confirmed, I commit to you that I will work productively to support and defend the Constitution and this grand experiment of American democracy that has endured over these past 246 years. I have been a judge for nearly a decade now, and I take that responsibility and my duty to be independent very seriously. I decide cases from a neutral posture. I evaluate the facts, and I interpret and apply the law to the facts of the case before me without fear or favor, consistent with my judicial oath.
No leftist does that. I don't believe her. And I don't know. You'd have to look at her record and see if that's true. But that'll all come out in the next couple of weeks.
Well, and Ted Cruz wasn't the only one who voiced some concerns. John Cornyn also had some major concerns about her as well.
Here's what Cornyn had to say.
I'm a bit troubled by some of the positions you've taken and arguments that you've made, representing people who have committed terrorist acts against the United States and other dangerous criminals. As someone who has deep respect for the adversarial system of justice, I understand the importance of zealous advocacy. But it appears that sometimes this zealous advocacy has gone beyond the pale. And in some instances, it appears that your advocacy has bled over into your decision-making process as a judge. You've had some cases reversed, like all judges do, but some of them were particularly high profile when you ruled against a Republican administration. I'm eager to understand why in some instances you found that you could not decide a particular issue, while in other instances you enjoined a Republican administration from implementing its policies. I'm also interested, as others have mentioned, in your opinion, why pro-abortion, dark money groups like Demand Justice, and anti-religious liberty groups are pouring millions of dollars into a public campaign in support of your nomination. Judge Jackson, these are some of the questions and concerns I have.
Yeah. I think all Americans should have those same questions. And the abortion thing is another really important aspect of this particular nominee, because she's apparently pro-abortion right up until and including partial birth abortion, which is horrific. And I don't know how you confirm a Supreme Court justice that is fine with a baby being murdered as it's being pulled out of the birth canal. I don't understand that. Can't begin to understand that. And so we'll see. Also, Cory Booker had some weird things to say.
Today, to me, is a day of joy. I cannot tell you how happy I am. Today, we should rejoice because President Biden nominated someone that we've heard to be the 116th Associate Judge of the Supreme Court, who is extraordinarily talented and who also happens to be a black woman. Something we've never seen before.
Wait, what?
Okay. So we've never seen an extraordinarily talented black woman before.
She's the
Apparently.
first.
Hold on. Can Rob,
one.
will
According
you
to Corey.
play the last 5 seconds of that? Because we're not the only ones that picked up on his sentence structure. look at Brown Jackson. Watch her kind of. Watch her reaction to this. Watch this.
Wanted, and who also happens to be a black woman. Something we've never seen before.
Hold on, watch this. Watch.
Oops.
Watch
Oopsie
this.
daisies.
Okay.
boy.
She's looking down like, all right, good job with that sentence structure there, Corey.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of this.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from Blaze TV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here. And let's go.